Hello and welcome back to Earthrose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my dear Sagittarius. This is for Saggy and Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading. It's not a private one, so anything I say today that doesn't resonate for you, please leave it for somebody else. It's also a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. And if anything I'm saying resonates for you with the roles reversed, please go ahead and reverse them. Alright, if you're new to the channel, then huge welcome. Thank you so much for being here and trying me out. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. I'm really grateful for you and thank you for all the support. Alright, so we're going to be looking at what is coming towards you next in love, primarily, Sag. Any other messages come through about anything else, I'll pass those on as well. Alright, so I'm going to start with some oracles this time around, why not? And then we'll get into the tarot, okay? What is coming towards my Sag next in love, please? Gossip, first card out. It does say I'm afraid of what other people will think, but that is one aspect of this card. It could also be talking about people gossiping about you, your love life, or you're doing some gossiping or hearing some gossip. Let's just find out. What's coming towards my Sag next in love, please? Ooh, secrets and mistakes came out together. I made that noise because these two gossip and secrets card are the two cards in this oracle deck that are quite similar. They both show like two people talking and there's someone like leaning into the other person's ear. So very similar, but obviously slight nuance between the two of them. Wow. Someone feels like they made a mistake by keeping something secret from you, potentially. Or someone could feel like they've made a mistake by sharing someone's secret and they should have been more private. Okay, let's see. Give me one more for what's coming towards Sag next, please. Okay, and then we have escape. Okay, it says I left when things got hard, but when that came out, I can see the disagreements and dishonesty card. Okay, so potentially a little bit of a conflict, could be an argument. It seems to be centered around either someone not being, as I already said, either someone not being open and honest about something, and it was found out from the grapevine instead of direct from the horse's mouth. It's almost like if challenging that person about that, they might just storm out rather than, or this could have already happened, of course, and this is context, they might storm out rather than take some accountability or acknowledge or explain their thoughts behind why they didn't tell you directly. Obviously, if it's more a case of someone sharing someone's secret, they could also just do a runner if they get called up on that. Okay, let's get some more. What's coming towards my Sagittarius? We have sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. Ugh, sad. It could be someone else, of course. Okay, what's coming towards Sagittarius next in love? We have soulmates. We have influences, attachments, third parties, peers. Again, I'm getting more the peers element on that card. Obviously, like social circle, people that matter, people that, you know, one of you work with, friends, family. Just shuffled at the bottom of the deck is escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. Escape and escaping. So someone definitely either did deflect and run away from taking any responsibility, either of sharing someone's secret or keeping something secret. Let's get some more. Why? What about influences? Apologies if you can pick up on any noise in the background. Why influences, please, for Sag? Conflicted came out, decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices, Also, oh yeah, elusive. Dishonesty, deception, trickery. And at the bottom of the deck is apology. Wow. Underneath apology is mistakes. Oh wow. It's like, this is crazy, Sag. That's the second card, that basically it's the same as from the first Oracle deck. So someone really feels like they effed up, they made a big mistake. They are apologetic for it, but I don't see some sort of conversation about that mistake going well, basically, because underneath mistakes is emotional storm and conflict. I mean, obviously it's having a conflict with someone, clashing, it says, but this is like, with this, this almost feels like someone's spreading gossip that you, for example, obviously if different roles, just move it about, but this would almost be like someone spreading gossip that you were seeing two people at the same time, or you were keeping your options open when there was just one person that you were set on, or someone may have, as I said, assigned the role. Someone may have told you that someone that you were interested in were keeping their options open. They were dating multiple people, but it was deceptive. That's the thing about spreading gossip, though. But it seems to have taken this seems to have had a negative impact on a connection with a soulmate of some sort. And obviously, we can have friends or family members that are in some way, a kindred soul, a soulmate to us. It doesn't just have to be, I don't think soulmate just has to be romantic. But it's definitely negatively impacted a soulmate connection, this kind of gossiping, and also someone was gossiping when they didn't have the facts. But I do also see, if you try and pull them up on what they did here, even if they're sorry, and yeah, again with that sorrow, they're kind of, it's a bit of pouting as well, I would say, of like they're sorry that they made a mistake, but calling them up on it, it's like they would rather storm out and not really face the music. Okay, let's get some more such. What is coming towards you next in love, please? What's coming towards you? What's coming towards Sagittarius? I'm like talking to you directly. You tell me, Sag, just so. What's coming towards Sagittarius next in love, please? The World came out, but the bottom of the deck is the Devil. I can't show you half of the card, but it's Capricorn's major arcana. Not all Capricorns are devils. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Underneath the Devil is the Eight of Swords, the Lovers, and the Magician, and the Two of Pentacles. Like, this is some BS, man, and it's 9 minutes in and I'm already like calling BS on a situation here, because this is someone trying to restrict you, trying to put you in a mental prison of or throw a loving connection into question in your mind. This is manipulative, but it's someone telling you things to scare you, and it could, like, as in to make you question and make you feel anxious, overthink a love connection by making you feel like you're an option, like they're juggling you, they're making up their mind between you and someone else. With the World, I mean, this could have been going on online. I don't often say that with the World, but this in particular can talk about the internet and the World Wide Web. I just stopped shuffling. Ace of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. The World, apart from the internet, I was going to mention that it also talks about this is kind of coming to a climax. This is coming to completion. Like, whatever's been going on, that chapter's about to finish. Then the Ace of Swords. This is a breakthrough, a truth, an epiphany. It also, aces like start new chapters as well. So this is kind of closing out a chapter where a devil frequency of energy of kind of trying to trap you into like miserable thinking, potentially trying to scare you, trying to hold you back, trying to hold you down, and to ruin, almost like sabotage the potential of something from the inside out. Does that make sense? To go, they like went to the root. They were like, let me plant the seed of fear and doubt, and suspicion in Sagittarius's mind, for example, and I'll just step back and let that seed do its work. So that chapter is closing, and it's closing because of a new chapter which begins where the truth is known. Wait for this. Underneath the Ace of Swords is the Queen of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but this Queen of Swords, also, she holds people accountable. She cuts through the BS. It's almost like she finds out the truth, and then she goes straight to the person and speaks to them about it. Like, oh, this is what's happening. Oh, okay, we need to have a discussion about this, don't we? Underneath the Queen of Swords is the Seven of Swords. Called out. This could be you, Sag, or obviously somebody else in a different scenario, but this Queen of Swords knows, holding the Ace of Swords, knows the truth, and is going to, like, look at the eyes and the top. Caught you out. I know exactly what you're doing. Wow. Underneath it is the Seven of Swords, the Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Emperor. Now, otherwise, I mean, what I've said could be true, but also, for some of you, this could talk about finding out the truth that someone is, through indirect means, finding out the truth that someone has started a new relationship, for example, like an ex-husband, or I mean, the Emperor is usually a husband, but could be a wife, ex-husband, ex-wife, or, just someone, could even be a father figure, though maybe not so much, but like finding out that someone has started a new relationship and they had been keeping it hidden from you, could be that as well. So just a sign, take it, if it resonates, take it as it resonates. What is coming towards, that's just one card I've got out, I'm sorry, I was like, what's coming towards Sag next in love, please? What is coming towards Sagittarius? The Page of Wands. Why the Page of Wands? The Tower. Why did I just hear loose lips sink ships? What year is this? Because the Page of Wands is very playful, like jokey, almost like I'm just getting a puck. If anyone knows Midsummer Night's Dream by Shakespeare, it's giving me Puck from that play of like acting in jest, acting like a little bit careless, but like a little bit mischievous, playful, but like stirs the pot, and a little bit careless, if I didn't already say that, like enjoys the fun, enjoys the excitement of spilling the tea, let's just say, but a little bit then steps back and is like, oh well, I'm just saying what I heard, and if that's the fallout, and don't blame me, don't blame the messenger, kind of thing. Okay, the Tower. Tell me about the Tower. Because so what I'm saying is that, I mean, even if they're genuinely don't have any malice, this would be someone who, for example, just has no idea that you care about finding out what they're about to tell you. Like they're just, just having a little chin wag over a tea, or meeting up. Oh, did you hear about so and so? They don't know like the impact they're having on you, like across the table listening to this. But for you, it's a Tower. But they just thought, oh, I heard something the other day, I'll just pass it on to the group, kind of thing. Okay, tell me, let me grab another oracle deck. I'll get back to the Tower in a sec. I just want to see can you tell me anything about what the secret is here, please? Oh, see, straight away. Like, look at the size of this deck. That's that big. First card out is Scarcity Tactics. Underneath, at the bottom of the deck, is Fake Smiles, Dodging Bullets, Fake Flexing. All this fakery, fake smiles and fake flexing. But I think I already said someone was trying to plant the seed of fear or suspicion. So, I mean, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, maybe it wasn't said with malice, but or you know, it could even be that you're hearing something from someone who doesn't have any bad intention, but it's joining the dots of finding out that someone before was feeding you false information to put, you know, to scare you. This is someone who smiles in your face, does not feel positive towards you behind your back. That basically they may have said as the scarcity tactic, you don't want to get involved with so-and-so because they pretend to be all that, but they haven't got anything going on. Maybe they're actually in masses of debt, or they just come along in a nice car, but actually they just borrowed it for the day, you know, like they're nothing. In fact, you should block them, you should stay away from them, because you don't want, like, getting involved with them will be really bad for you with that dodging bullets. Literally. Talking shiz came out across scarcity tactics. Yeah, they're talking out of their ASS. Why escape, please, and the escaping, avoiding? Unless you did a... Oh my god. I was about to say unless you did a disappearing act on someone because of what you were told about them by someone you thought that was their friend. The deck split, I was going to keep shuffling. Photo proof and love triangle. This card says third party, multiple lovers. Good grief. You may have been told by a so-called friend or loved one that the person you were interested in was in a relationship, was keeping you as a third party, or was going to, you know, cheat on their person with you. Or that's what they were doing. Like, oh, well, you don't know, they've actually got a committed partner who lives abroad or something. Wow, Jesus. Tell me about escape. Oh, karmic friends. Obviously. I mean, I'm talking about peer group and people around the water cooler talking rubbish. Anyway, karmic friends says can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. My goodness. So, okay. Wow. Well, let's see if there's any... I'm going to move on from this in a second. I want to see if there's any potential with that person who you got the wrong impression of, or were fed the wrong impression of, because the reflecting card came out, and it came out on top of gossip. So it looks like in the near future, Sag, you're going to be looking back at the garbage that was told to you, and it's going to kind of, did I say join the dots, or like slot things into place. And you're going to have a different understanding of A, the person who told you the nonsense, and B, who they were talking about. The other card that came out was Into You when reflecting came out. Good chemistry, great vibes, positive. When I said it's a bit sad, because it's almost like thinking back and being like, oh, this person was just genuinely interested in me. Okay. Dust It Off is at the bottom of the deck. So that does give me a little bit of hope that if there's been some almost like, you know, salt in the cake mix or something. I don't know, too much salt, let's just say. It can be cleaned off. Potentially it can be salvaged. Okay. Jeez Louise. Sometimes, like with friends like these, who needs enemies? Okay. But it feels like whatever was going on there's a completion element to it. Even if it involves one of your so-called friends like running down the road away from you when you try and call them out on it. But like, at least it'll be done. All right, let's carry on. What is coming towards Sagittarius next in love? What does all of this coming out mean for Sagittarius' love life, please? What is going to be happening for Sag? Oh, straight away. First card out, the Ace of Cups. And the Star card is at the bottom of the deck, which is Aquarius' major arcana. All right, tell me about that Ace of Cups, please. Judgment. Damn. Oh, wow. You may make some serious moves, Sag, or obviously someone else's, depending on the roles here, to right what happened here. Because at the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. Underneath it is Justice and Death. Libra and Scorpio major arcana. But this could look like a divorce for like in another context. But because of the legal element with the Justice card and then the Ten of Swords and Death, that's like a huge ending. But the Death card obviously talks about change and transformation. So, and the Justice card also talks about kind of making things right. You know, almost like reparations need to happen, like for someone who was done dirty, even in just perception, we need to... The whole thing needs to be put into balance. If someone was treated unfairly, like someone who you were hearing nonsense about, then that, and if someone you thought was a friend is actually an enemy, they also were being treated unfairly because they probably were being treated better than they deserved. So it kind of goes both ways. But I say that it's not like just a major ending because of the Judgment here as well, which... I mean, it's an awakening, it's a reckoning, it's like action needs to happen, change needs to happen, something needs to be done about this whole situation. But it can also talk about rebirth with Judgment. So let's see, what's going to be happening with Sagittarius with their love life? What's coming towards them in that regard, please? Yeah, Six of Cups. Wow. At the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. Whoever heard the gossip, whether it's you or someone else, Sag, is going back. And Six of Cups can involve an apology. It's also, you know, I was just saying about reflecting. It is looking back at the past, at the memories, reminiscing. Six of Pentacles here, this is kind of what I was just saying. It's someone who got a short end of the stick here. And almost, you see how this like noble woman is holding the face of the other person in the palm of her hand, like very, very lovingly, very nurturing, very kind, generous of spirit kind of thing. Underneath that is the King of Cups. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, Judgment and Six of Cups. Together, the strongest message I can get of going back to the past, because something needs to be sorted. Like, something can't be left like it was left with the information that's coming out here. That changes things. It doesn't have to be you go back to the past and now, oh, it's all hunky-dory, now we'll get married. Like, obviously that's not going to work out for everyone, but there is at least I need to go back and right a wrong that happened here. So yeah, it's almost, normally I would say with Judgment, something from the past coming up into your present that you need to address for your future. But this is more something happening in your present that makes you realize you need to go back to something from your past and sort it. Okay. How is Sagittarius going to be feeling? How's Sag going to be feeling about what's happening here? Knight of Cups. Wow, bottom of the deck is Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. Okay. Why the Knight of Cups? That's a very, like, the Knight of Cups can talk about being in love with someone, having feelings for someone, and the feelings needing to be expressed, especially in this deck with that Knight of Cups. Page of Swords and Four of Wands, that's like imagining being in a relationship with someone, being married to someone for some. Thinking about the future, thinking about celebrating with that person. Okay, tell me more. How is Sagittarius going to be feeling? Queen of Pentacles. Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. At the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Underneath it is the Page of Pentacles. Wow, underneath that is the Three of Pentacles. I was about to say there's a lot of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Damn. I mean, big change, as I said. This Three of Pentacles card literally shows people who had previously walked away, coming back a little bit cap in hand to, you know, someone that they said before, oh, we're not on board. We don't want what you're selling, basically. And now they're coming back quite like subjugated. I mean, you don't have to grovel, Sag, if this is you, but, you know, just saying, showing your intention, showing your genuine desire to collaborate with this person. And yeah, and like, let's do it seriously. This the third ace I've seen. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Pentacles. And we saw the Ace of Wands, actually, to be fair, as well. Interestingly, I will say, with the Queen of Pentacles, did I say you could be dealing with an Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus? Sorry if I did already. When the Knight of Cups card came out, it came out and landed on top of one of the other decks that I have on my table. And I lifted it up just to have a look, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. I really wish that I'd shown you before now, but same thing backwards. But yeah, so, okay. Like, there's some, it could still be a Queen of Pentacles contacting you and saying, oh, well, actually, I am interested, if you still wanted to do something, if you still wanted to, like, make this more serious. I don't know. Clearly, I don't have these conversations with people myself because I don't even know what the words would be, but wow. It could be that way around. Either way, I see you very happy about it, effectively, because your feelings are strong and you want to express them. And it's almost like the mental impediment, is that the right word? Well, whatever, the blockages mentally that were there to make this feel like, oh, this can't happen, are gone. So either way, whether you're the one needing to go tell the Queen of Pentacles that you want this with them, or they're coming to you, you're very happy about it. I split the deck whilst I was shuffling and just looked down. It's the Death card and the Three of Cups. This is, I see mainly you're going to be feeling very different as well about the people that you considered to be trusted social circle. Definitely. Tell me about that Escape card, actually, because who is this who's like, I mean, again, it could have been you thinking you need to stay away from someone because of what you heard, but I still get that because it was at the bottom of the other Oracle deck, it was like apologizing, I made a mistake, and then, oh, no, I don't want to actually have to deal with, you know, the fallout. So now, I'm, you know, don't shout at me, is kind of what I'm getting. Although I'm sure, you know, you might not be shouting. It just feels like a very disingenuous running away. Like I'm getting off track here, Sag, but my point is, like, when you address this to someone, like what almost the damage that they did by telling you this nonsense, they may have a very cowardly approach of trying to turn the conflict back on you. As I said, oh, well, you're being really aggressive to me right now. I can't take this, but it's just to deflect from what they actually did. Tell me about that escaping. Eight of Wands and the Hermit card. It's Virgo's major arcana. There's someone withdrawing with the Hermit. Like closing, like shutting down, potentially. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. This is someone potentially who could be quite jealous person, or at least definitely competitive, Sag. The Five of Swords came out, and like, look at, like, I'm talking about you're having a conversation and this person shuts down or will, you know, as I said, deflect or make it you're the issue and do a runner. The Five of Swords literally shows, it's obviously, Five of Swords is very ego driven, challenging in communication kind of energy, but it's also like, you see how this person is like drawing the line in the sand. It's like, if whoever goes to confront, and there will be a confrontation because the Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? We already saw it earlier with that Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords combination, but it's gonna devolve, that confrontation, from a back and forth communication. Maybe there'll be a slight like, oh well, you know, I thought that was the case, whatever, but it quickly turns into something else. But I mean, that is what it is. I don't think that, therefore you shouldn't try to hold them accountable, because they're like, I don't know. I think what they did was could have been very damaging, and it's irresponsible. It's also, if they were doing it with malice to try and scare you. Again, I saw that fake smiles card. You know, some things need to be addressed. Like, they shouldn't get away with it scot-free, but just be aware that it's not going to, I mean, you probably know, if you know this person, that even if you do go ahead with that conversation, which I see you doing, they're not going to become a better person from the conversation. But, you know, you do what you want with this whole thing, obviously. Underneath the Queen of Swords as well is the Nine of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords, and then the Hierophant. This is basically, you're going to be angry, Sag, and resentful of this person, because the Nine of Swords is that kind of where the Eight of Swords can lead to. If the Eight of Swords isn't nipped in the bud then and there. So as I said, this person planted the seed, and it progressed. It progressed to the Nine of Swords, which progressed to the Ten of Swords, which we already saw, you know, you're now fixing to fix, of, you know, that there can be a spiraling of suspicion of like joining the, you know, 2 + 2 and getting 5, and like running scenarios of this person is lying to me. You know, they're saying they're talking to me, but I bet they've got someone else next to them whilst they're doing it. Blah blah blah. Therefore I'm gonna end it right now. So this was very destructive, what this person did, 100%, and I don't blame you for being angry. I just split the deck like that to shuffle, and it's the Death card again. Okay, so but although it may be eye-opening, and you might be done with that particular person in your life, I do see it actually has a very positive impact to your love life, basically, Sag. Okay. So, let's see. How is the person who wanted something with Sag, potentially, there was a bond. They wanted something, and maybe Sag cut them off because of what they heard. How are they feeling, or going to be feeling, about Sagittarius? Oh, we have the Nine of Swords. The Empress is at the bottom of the deck. How are they feeling? Tell me more, please. Oh, wow. The Ten of Pentacles came out. And then the deck split to show the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. This person is, it seems stressed because, well, I mean, to put it mildly, and they seem to be kind of questioning themselves, like, and doing, maybe spending quite a lot of time alone. They do think about you a lot, Sag. And they're I mean, the other card I mentioned came out was the Hermit, Virgo again. But from this side, this is more like this person thinking you blocked them, you rejected them. There was no chance of any further progress on that connection. Underneath the Two of Swords is the Eight of Pentacles and then the Ten of Swords. Like, it's kind of giving me, they feel like you didn't even give them a chance. And they don't understand why. With the Page of Swords, Page of Swords in particular is like a apprentice or a novice kind of an energy of they need to learn the kind of thing from the master. And also the Ace of Swords here, they can't see, they're not looking directly at it. So basically it's giving me that this person is they can't see the truth as to why you block them off, dismissed this, rejected this. They don't understand. And with that Hermit, I think if, the time they spend alone, could be they think about this a lot when they're trying to sleep as well. And they may go over and over, like, what was it that I did wrong? The truth is eluding them, basically, is what I want to say. But they are kind of doing a number on themselves by continuing to try and find out what the answer really was. I mean, that could even be, like, I think if anyone reads your own tarot, or obviously you're listening to tarot right now, like, sometimes I want to find out what the hell happened in a situation, and I will just ask my cards again and again, and I'm like, sometimes I just need to stop, But it's like when the truth is eluding you as to what did I do wrong? What really happened? So what I meant by explaining that was that they could be someone who's like watching 100 tarot readings and trying to find out, was that the reason? Was that the reason they rejected me? Kind of thing. How are they feeling about Sagittarius? The Fool came out, but then the Four of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So that's like, that's like a coiled spring I just got of someone ready to go, but they feel they don't have the green light. They feel potentially you, Sag, holding back from them. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, the Temperance is at the bottom of the deck, which is your major arcana, Sag. They may just be doing what they can to work on themselves and make themselves like a better, not a better person, but like a more desirable commodity. And, they may feel like they need to accept that you didn't want them, do their best to heal from it, and be better, basically. Anything else for how they're feeling about Sag, please? The Queen of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Earth energy again. Hang on. For some, there was a mother influence. Because the Empress came out in reverse and came out on top of Gossip. Either like a competitive or jealous mother figure Who was the one who spread the gossip? Or the gossip was something to do with them about they don't want children, they don't like children. I don't know, like something to do about they'd be maybe they'd be a terrible mother, or maybe I don't know, what is that about? Why the Empress in reverse? Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Wow, underneath that is underneath the Six of Pentacles is Death, and the Five of Pentacles. Holy crap, like what the hell was being said here? Because this is an assessment with the Seven of Pentacles. Again, I've got with this person over here, they're just like, sorry, the other card that came out for them is the Four of Swords. So definitely very like thinking, they're up in their head a lot. They're doing a lot of thinking with the Four and Nine of Swords and the Hermit. My goodness. Like a lot of introspection, a lot of time spent alone, mulling things over, thinking about things day and night and like all which way. And also just trying, Nine of Ten of Pentacles there. It's funny because if they are a Queen of Pentacles, then they are like also coming through as someone who is financially stable, like also actually doing pretty bloody well. Like Nine and Ten of Pentacles, they've got money in the bank and they've got more coming in. Strong earth energy from this person. It's almost like, that's what I'm getting, they don't understand why you didn't see any worth in them, Sag. If it's obviously that way around. You could be a Sag and coming through as the person I'm describing here as the Queen of Pentacles kind of thing. So if it's that way around, just apply it. But yeah, they don't understand, like, it's almost, you know what I just got? They are trying to work out what is wrong with them in terms of their personality, because as far as they're concerned, they've got everything else that a partner could be looking for kind of nailed, like the stability. They've got a good job, they have all their bills paid, they don't have any debt, they always they always try their hardest to look good, which the Queen of Pentacles would as well. You know, they have taste, they have culture, they have like, you know, they are deep with the Hermit, like they have depth, I mean. So they're just sat there going, what the hell's wrong with me, basically. That made Sag not even give me a chance. When I asked about what this Empress in reverse was here, and it's about the gossip, so it doesn't have to have been a mother figure, but otherwise this is what the gossip was. Of this is a false divine feminine. This is you know, with that fake flexing card we saw as well. Seven of Pentacles. You know, the gossip was, if you really take a closer look at them, you know, behind the shiny veneer, if you like, all of that shine is to almost to get you locked in to, it's like they want, it's like the gossip was, this person's going to want handouts from you, or you're going to be expected to pay for their lifestyle, or they're doing all of this so that you have to pay for them and pay for their children because they're financially incapable. And with the Death card, what will happen, was the gossip, is that they all ruin you as well. I mean, obviously there's could be different gossip for different people, but like, it's basically, I mean, whether it's financial ruin or getting involved with this person, oh, they look great, but if you look closer, they're giving their attention to multiple people, and getting involved with them is going to leave you ruined. Even if, you know, Pentacles often can talk about tangible things like money, etc., but it could also be like spiritually ruined. They're going to leave you, they're going to drop you, leave you out in the cold. It's just awful. But I mean, the good thing is that it's coming out. And male or female, with you, Sag, the Queen of Swords, is addressing both the person who was talking shiz and the person that was just genuinely into them. So wherever you sit in this play, said with a Midsummer Night's Dream, the truth is coming out. one way or the other. But not just that. Action, I see action being taken as a result. So it's not just we sit with the truth and then we go, oh, well, what's done is done. Actually, no, I see some serious movement happening as a result. So it's almost like repairs are being made. Obviously, what happens from that is going to be different for all of you. So let me just I'll ask her. What, going forward, what is going to be the vibe, the energy for Sagittarius and the Queen of Pentacles, let's just say, with obviously this coming out, the change, the transformation here of the whole situation. What is going to be the energy for the Sag and the Queen of Pentacles? Four of Swords came out on top of the Page of Cups. Okay, well, interesting. The deck split. I can see the Queen of Swords and the Moon. You could have strong air, by the way, Sag. With that Queen of Swords, I've seen 3 times for you, but you don't have to. Basically, the initial energy is receiving the apology with the Page of Cups, receiving, being reached out to by the Sag, and then needing time to think about it, needing time to sit with it. Because, again, bear in mind this person they were already in the Four of Swords, but like thinking about, well, I must just be a horrible person then. And so now, they're getting new information, but they're someone quite contemplative, and they want to sit with that and absorb it, because with the Moon underneath that is the Hanged Man. It's finding out, things being revealed that changes someone's perspective on the situation. Like that changes they're reframing how they were thinking about the situation. And underneath that is the Four of Cups and Justice. They need, and underneath Justice is the Knight of Cups. Bearing in mind I was talking about that's how the Sag is going to be feeling about this Queen of Pentacles when this all comes out. They are going to be getting information that they didn't know, potentially, that was hidden from them, as to why they were being rejected and overlooked. Obviously, that is, as Justice, again, it doesn't matter. We already saw it, but, that is things being put right, put in balanced as well. But it seems like they might need some time. Tell me more about anything you can tell me about the energy between Sag and the Queen of Pentacles going forward. Knight of Cups has come out. Ooh. Ooh. So interestingly, this is kind of reading slightly differently as well, because the Knight of Cups came out on top of mistakes and secrets. So it's almost like the Queen, the Sag here might be saying, because the secret says I haven't told you everything. It's almost like they haven't told you, the Sag hasn't told the Queen of Pentacles that they did have growing feelings. They did feel that romantic spark growing as well. But the other card that came out was the Tower over for this person. It's shocking, but there's the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well. It might also be like they need to sit with it, because it's shocking that the Sag here felt that, but then they felt all of that, but then then put 10 swords in it even so. Anything else? Oh, perfect. Queen of Pentacles came out on top of everything. I'm saying like this is the Queen of Pentacles side of my table, and the Queen of Pentacles comes out at the bottom of the deck is the Sag, is the King of Wands, which can be Sagittarius, can also be Aries and Leo, but it's fire energy. Oh my god, underneath it is the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Is that the Nine of Wands? Yeah, look at that. Actually, sorry, there was another card. King, Queen of Wands next to each other at the bottom of the deck. Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands. I don't see there being a love triangle, as in more people being involved. Good Lord, it get too complicated. I don't see that. But it's more like the Queen of Pentacles. This could have also been someone from a while back, like maybe not a decade, but like a couple of years ago. Because I see that the Queen of Pentacles could be in a different energy now, basically, than when this all happened. Although still single and still spending their time alone. Because they have come through as the Queen of Pentacles twice, and 9 and 10 of Pentacles. So they're in like they've maybe been focused on their money, focused on career and financial improvements, as I already said. I just noticed at the other end of the deck is the Judgment card. You know, like Judgment we already saw. When they interacted with the Sag before, they could have been more in the Queen of Wands energy of having more self-confidence, which seems to have been lost a bit from spending a lot of time alone. Feeling like energetic, feeling hot themselves kind of thing. So it's almost like the Sag here might be expecting that same energy, but it's almost like the Queen of Pentacles here is far more withdrawn and lost a bit of fire. Not just about the Sag, but about everything at the moment. And then we have this like communication, which is... Oh, the Ten of Pentacles is under there as well. But like, you see, actually that's good. That really helps my explanation, because this communication coming in from the Sag, it's very like go go go, oh now I know that, like, I've realized what I was hearing about you, but you know, and I actually was in love with you, and, you know, but it's a lot. It's, again, Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords, and bearing in mind I was asking about how this person is doing, and I showed you already the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So it's a lot. This person may well stress out and they need some time to think, because they also are in a very protective mode of the stability that they have established for themselves. It is a bit of stability that's associated with being alone. It's like they've poured all themselves into their work and their money and their home. So they don't want to lose the momentum they've got going on there by this surprise communication coming in from someone that they just thought, and they could never understand why they were being rejected by. So that might be the initial energy for these two characters, but that's what I've got this time. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely Sag. I really hope it was useful for someone out there. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it did resonate at all, you just want to say thank you or claim it, depending. If you want to claim it, then please leave me a message. And I wish you all my best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.